this year's theme is service, which is so very appropriate. I wonder what the other themes could be, because service captures so well what we're celebrating. Veterans are proud of their military service in defending our nation. The points out that there's 400,000 approximately veterans in the state of South Carolina, and they're obviously very critical to the success of the state of South Carolina. And he makes the point in this that we often, when we think about veterans, and certainly on Veterans Day, we are called to think about and recommit ourselves to helping those veterans who need help. And it's unfortunate that there are, things that need to be done to help our veterans. There's certainly there's post-traumatic stress disorder. There's unfortunate amount of veteran suicide in our country. Veteran homelessness. So these are areas that veterans tend to, in some cases, suffer these ill effects in their life at a rate higher than the average population. And certainly on a day like Veterans Day, we should thank all of those, many of you here today, and others who reach out and help those veterans that are in need, and make them, honor them for their service and help them in their times of trouble. Something that any one of us would do with our, person in the fighting position to our right and left. We reach out and help them, and that's what we're doing for these veterans. But Secretary McCaffrey also makes the point that that's a very small percentage of the number of veterans. Most veterans in our nation and in our state are thriving veterans. They love their service. They come back to the community. They suffered harm and ills and injury, mental or seen and unseen, as said, but they work through that. They may not need as much help, and they contribute greatly to their community as business people, in government civil service like myself and James and some other folks I work with here, Toby and folks, as school teachers, as elected officials. And certainly honored to have you here, honored Mayor-elect as well. So they give back to the community, and they thrive, and they make the nation stronger as veterans. Just as they did when they were serving in uniform, now they contribute and continue to serve in their role as a veteran. That's certainly represented by all of you here today. And so, at the end of Mr. McCaffrey's editorial, he made the point that we as veterans are called to do both. Continue to reach out to those veterans that need help to try to address those ills that affect the veteran community that suffer from it, but also make the point in our community about the thriving veterans, because that makes a connection to today's young people and to those who will serve in the future. To be honest, be transparent. There are risks, there are challenges in service, but there's also great reward. As the mayor alluded to, one of the best things that you could have done, certainly in my experience in the Marine Corps, we can all look back on our time in service with such fond memories of the relationships we built, the service, the higher purpose we were called to. And so he makes the point that emphasizing the thriving and life-transforming nature of having served and now being a veteran, and how appealing that should be. And we are called to reach out to honor and reach out and recruit that next generation of veterans by encouraging that service to our country in the military, by making that suggestion to them, by explaining what our experience has meant to us, and so that they might be called to see themselves as a Marine or a sailor, a space guardian, a soldier, a Coast Guardsman, an airman. They will be called to go and serve and do that, a soldier.
I'd like to give you something of our appreciation. This reads, presented to Peter C. Reddy, Colonel, United States Marine Corps, retired. A grateful appreciation for your participation and inspiring words as our guest speaker on Veterans Day at VFW Post 9509, November 11, 2023.